Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am Suzana and I love talking about luxury makeup. So that is what we're going to be doing in today's video. I have quite a few new things to share with you guys, and one of which is a first impressions, but it's really just the shade. It's not the actual formula. So today we're going to do like a little kind of get ready with me using a variety of makeup. Like I said, a lot of it is going to be new, but some are just products that I have been using quite a bit recently that I want to share with you guys in case you have not seen me use those products yet. Now before we get started, I do want to ask that you give me a like. That really does help drive my videos the most, so I would appreciate it if you guys took the time to do that for me. Now real quickly, I want to show you some of the new products that we're going to be looking at today because I am so into this makeup look. It's not something I wear very often. I feel like I'm a little softer usually with the eye makeup, and when I do something a little bit more smoky, it's always with like bronzy shades or like browns. I don't use black all that often. I definitely don't use shades like this. So this for me is just a very exciting look. I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing how I achieve this. So for the eyes, I actually use this new eyeshadow palette from Surratt. It is the Supernova palette, so we'll be using that. I also have a new blush from Sisley. I've just been a fan of these blushes and I picked up the wrong shade. So we'll be using this one here today. I also picked up a new lip gloss from Sisley that I'm going to be showing you guys. It's new to me. It's not like new to the makeup world, but it came out maybe about 8 months ago. That's just my guess. I'm also going to be demoing this new highlighter from Clinique. Look at this cute little guy. So cuties. And yeah, like I mentioned, I do have some other products that I also wanted to share with you all. So without further ado, since I have nothing else for this intro today, let's go ahead and do our makeup. So I'm off to a funny start already because I started doing my makeup, thought I hit record, I had not. So far all I applied was my face primer. This is the number 28 Serum Primer from Hourglass, and I'm using my Oxygenetics foundation. This one's the one for acne. And I'm just applying this in layers. I like to apply really thin, light layers, and then wherever I do find that I need more coverage, I go in there with a little bit more. For concealer, I've really been liking this one from Sisley. What is this called? It's the Le-Phyto Eclat. Really nice concealer. I've been liking this because it gives really good coverage and adds some brightness. I don't have a wet sponge, so I'm going to keep using this brush. I believe this is what's from Hourglass, and I think it's the one for their Vanish Stick Foundation. So it might be the Vanish foundation brush. I'm not quite sure, but it's quite nice. It's one of my newer foundation brushes. I have this ugly pimple right here that I picked at for no good reason whatsoever, so that's going to be a little bit difficult to disguise, especially because it's huge, so I apologize. I'm going to contour bronze a bit. I'm using the Dynessa Myricks Glisten and Glow palette. It's the Essentials palette. I'm noticing so far I'm using nothing new, but we're going to get to that in just a moment. So I mix these two shades here. And I don't know why I picked this weird brush, but I'll just kind of stamp it on. Okay, that's actually working nicely. This brush I used to be subscribed to like BoxyCharm. I had like different subscriptions. I ended up canceling them all because honestly most of the stuff I got were not brands that I mess with all that much, which is fine. I just feel like it's a waste. I already own a ton of makeup myself, and so to keep adding to my collection things that I don't use is definitely wasteful. I definitely gave a lot of it away, but I then just decided to go ahead and cancel it. And throughout the time that I had, I think it was mostly BoxyCharm, I got a lot of these Luxie brushes. So this one here is the 516 Dual Fiber Powder Brush. Oh, well, I'm using it for cream today. And these brushes from Luxie are actually pretty good. I'm not sure if I would personally go out there and buy them because I feel like now the ones that I have, I do use quite a bit and I like them, but I don't think I need any other ones. It's just good though to have some nice synthetic brushes. This powder brush worked perfectly for these cream products, so I do see myself actually using that some more. This palette is so pretty. The Dynessa Myricks products are actually going to be available at Sephora relatively soon, so that's exciting. I actually have a lot, or not a lot, but I do have several products from that brand. So guys, let me know if you want me to do a video where I focus most of the attention on those products. The only thing that I bought from her website that I have not yet tried is her foundation. I actually got one of these smaller, it's almost like a sample size foundation to try it out, and I have not yet given that one a try. So yeah, let me know. It only takes one person to suggest it and I'll do it for you guys. So just, yeah, let me know in the comments down below. So I'm going to leave my face alone for a little bit and we'll focus on the eyes. So I'm going to prime lightly. I am so excited for this next product that we're going to use. This is now a new product. We are entering new makeup territory here. And this palette I got yesterday. I actually bought 2 of them. And the one that we're going to be using today, I actually used yesterday. So this eyeshadow palette we're going to be using today is actually from Surratt. He released 2 palettes, which in reality is nothing new because the eyeshadows already exist in the Surratt collection. I personally don't have a lot of eyeshadows from Surratt because I am really, really bad at buying single shadows and like creating my own palettes like that. I get overwhelmed and so I just want to buy them all. So I haven't dove into their shadows all that much except for this palette that I bought. Oh my gosh, it's definitely over a year ago. I got this one from, oh, I forgot I broke mine. I got this one from Beautylish, and I know Surratt actually brought it back maybe about a month ago. These shadows are beautiful. I love this palette. I definitely recommend this one if you like that sophisticated type of eye look that gives you a very, very little shimmer, a lot of sheen, but it makes your eye makeup look so beautifully and just well done. This is hands down one of my most favorite palettes. I of course don't use it all that often because of all the makeup that I do own, but I think it is just beautiful. So hopefully Surratt brings it back. Either way, like I said, these eyeshadows are available in singles. Now, when I bought this, like I mentioned, I bought it through the Beautylish website. It came intact. So all the eyeshadows in here were already in here. I had just found it weird that there was nothing in the bag, but that's because these palettes are sold individually for you to customize them. So that's why there was nothing back there. It took me a while to understand what was happening with that packaging. So when I received my order from Surratt yesterday and these 2 new eyeshadow palettes, I opened up the box, I took out the palettes, I was super excited, opened them up, and they were empty. And I had a little moment where I freaked out because I thought that they just sent me the wrong items. But then looking into the box a little bit further, I realized they actually come like this in singles, how they're sold. So we have to assemble them ourselves, which is really no big deal, but I was just not expecting that. So I assembled mine based off of how Surratt has it on their website, which is what convinced me to go ahead and purchase these eyeshadows. I don't have a lot from Surratt, but what I do have, I really have been liking. And so I'm excited to be using these shadows because these have some different formulas in here. So these are shade shifting duochrome pressed pigments. We have this black one that's considered the base, and then the one up here is a metallic finish. So you guys probably have noticed already my fingers have been swatched. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the swatches. Now this top row here is all of the eyeshadows swatched individually, and then I took the black eyeshadow, which they're calling the base, and did a swatch of the black eyeshadow, and then I went on top with these other 3 shadows, and just look at how beautiful these look. I mean, they completely transform to something else. Actually, before I proceed with my eye makeup, I totally forgot I did not set my concealer or my foundation, so I'm just setting the T-zone. I'm using this pressed hyaluronic powder from by Terry. I'm using my Surratt Artistic Grande Shadow Brush. Really want to tap off the excess because I don't want any fallout. These 2 right here that are the special shade, that are like the duochrome shades, they have a very special formula to them. When those first were released, a different type of base were released with them. So there was a black one and another one that was like, a nude shade, I want to say. Now, those were like a cream product, so at first I didn't think that these would show off all that well on top of just like what seems to be a regular black eyeshadow, but I was really impressed when I was playing with these yesterday. Like, very, very impressed. So I wonder if they work over any black eyeshadow. Alright, so I just kind of placed that all over the lid, and then I'm blending the crease. And then also on the bottom lash line. Alright, so that isn't perfect right now, but I'm hoping you can't tell as much once I apply these shades over top. One thing I did notice though while I was playing with this yesterday, and I don't like very much, is the fact that you pretty much have to use your fingers for these two shades here in order to get a really nice pigment payoff. Now, I'm normally not very bothered with having to do that. I actually do it all the time when it comes to eye makeup, especially like cream products or whatnot. And although these here are not considered like a cream product, they're definitely not powder. It's kind of like a hybrid. It almost feels like a little kind of putty-like. So it is a very interesting formula, but the reason why I'm not too crazy about having to overlap these shades with a base color, but while having to use a finger, is because it's really hard to get into some areas with the finger. So I felt like I wasn't getting an even look with this. So we'll see today. Maybe I'll have some better luck. So I definitely want to use these two shades mostly. This one right here turns into like a silver when I apply it over the black. So I think I'll just use this in the inner corner, especially because that is the metallic shade. But these two here, considering that they're the I think those are like the hologram eyeshadows here. So these will transform. This one will show a lot more of this green that we see here when applied over the base. And this one's a blue color. So this one you'll see really nice blue like shimmers all over. We can apply these on their own, but it really is just a wash of like glitter almost that you're going to end up with. It doesn't look ugly because the glitters aren't like super chunky glitters, so it actually looks really like ethereal on the eyes, but that's not the type of look that I'm trying to go for. I rarely try to go for those type of looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with these all over the eyes. So using my finger, I'm going to pick up Supernova. And as you can see, it leaves like a dent there. And that is Supernova. And this, I'll just go ahead and apply all over the lid. Look at that green. It is a beauty. You know what? I don't know why yesterday I was having a harder time. I feel like I just like complained and was all negative for no reason, because this is actually applying a lot easier than I felt like they did yesterday. I think I was just not picking up enough yesterday because it was creating that dent, and I was like, oh, I need to be more careful with these, that they're Surratt shadows. But yeah, I think that's what was setting me up to like come and talk some smack about this when it doesn't deserve it, because look at that. Wow, it's so beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. I love it, love it, love it. I'm gonna go back to this Grande brush. Grande is just the size. I keep forgetting the name of these. But I'm just going to blend out these edges. Actually, I wonder, let me try to pick some of the same shade with the brush and see if I can add this like into the crease and then upwards. Yeah, it's not very pigmented at all. I did play with the brushes yesterday as well, and that was like my least favorite way of applying these actually, because it didn't provide a lot of color. But doing it like this is actually not too bad. And then maybe you just want like a wash of color over your black shadow. Wow, I like that so much. Okay, so for the bottom lash line, I definitely need to use a pencil. I mean, there's just no way around it. Let me see if I have, okay, so I'm gonna use this little guy here, and I'm gonna pick up this shade here. This one's called a Nebula. And I'm gonna try to coat this brush as much as I can. Hopefully I can get the pigment off of this. Yes. Same brush, I'm going to go into Interstellar, and this is going to go in the inner corner. I do want to line the lash line, and I'm going to use this black eyeliner, or I'm sorry, the black eyeshadow from the palette. And then just with a really thin angled brush, I'm going to define my lash line. I'm not going to do a wing liner, nothing fancy. Place some on the bottom lash line as well. This is how the eye makeup is looking so far. I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara. This is my Merit. It is their lengthening mascara in the shade Perfect Black. So I'll be applying a few heavy coats on the top and bottom lashes, and then we'll be right back to finish off the face makeup. I'm going to use this Clinique highlighter. This one's the Cheek Pop highlighter, the Gold Celebration. I have the one from last year, and I wasn't going to pick this one up, but here we are. I got it. And it's so pretty. The little detail to this is super cute. It is an ox, and this actually came out for the Lunar New Year. And since it is the year of the ox, that is why we have that cute little design on the highlighter. But now that I think about it, this is actually a really nice shade. I love these type of shades as a highlight. It's a little bit golden, but it's not too golden. This is like as golden as I can. Okay, let me stop saying golden so much. I have to say it one more time. But this is as golden as I can get, because otherwise it just looks funny on me. It doesn't, I don't know. It just doesn't flatter my skin tone all that well. But this shade here is pretty. It is a little bit more on the intense side, which I think is fine considering this eye look we have going on today. I just do wish I would have gone with something that's maybe a little bit more on the silver type of a highlight, because that would have matched this eye look a lot better. I didn't think that one through clearly. Alright, for blush, I did end up picking up two more of the Sisley blushes. This one I wore the other day. It is so gorgeous. Even with minimal makeup, this shade here, Rosy Fuchsia, is beautiful. I think I'm going to do a shorts to demo all of the blushes I've picked up from Sisley. So far I have all of them, including the highlighter, except for one blush that I think is just going to be a little bit too like metallic-y for me. So I decided not to pick that one up, at least for now. I do have to watch videos on it. And then the other one I picked up, this one I have not used yet, is Rosewood. So I think for today, I kind of really want to go with that bright shade, but I don't know if I'm going to look like a clown if I do that. So maybe I should just do Rosewood, right? Yeah, let me play it safer and do this one. So I'm going to use my Shikuhodo, the K204 brush, and dip into this beauty. Let me actually even swatch it. I have not done nothing with this. Oh, this looks so pretty. It's like a nice kind of berry mauve shade. Ooh, I'm definitely going to try to focus this more back here. These Sisley blushes are very pigmented. Depending on the brush that you're using, you can go in and just apply almost like a veil level of pigment, but you definitely need to have the right brush for that and go in very, very lightly. And these are definitely buildable. So that I think looks good. Maybe I should bring it in more. Hold on. Because I do want to use the majority of the pigment back here. You know, once you get into the habit of applying blush like at the apples of your cheek, it's really hard to get off of that habit, because I don't feel like my makeup's complete. I'm a huge lover of blush. I love buying it, collecting it, applying it, and having just so much of it on. So it's very hard for me when I try to go in a little bit lighter with my blush, because it's just not quite possible for me. I need to get the bridge of my nose. So for the lips, I'm just going to apply a gloss. This is also from Sisley. It's the Le-Phyto gloss in shade Twilight. It's number 4. This one's newer to me, and it is gorgeous. I'm not sure how it's going to look with this eye look, but I'm just like insisting on wearing this today. It is so beautiful. I was curious to get them when they first released, and then I convinced myself not to, because although I'm starting to like glosses more and more, it's still not a product that I get very excited for, and when these released I was kind of still on the fence with glosses. But I was actually talking to Lexi and we were talking about the Sisley glosses, and I had mentioned to her that I had not tried them yet, and she's like, no, they're beautiful. You need to give them a try. They are gorgeous. I mean, she was just raving about these glosses. So here I am. I picked one of them up, and this one that I picked up has a lot of like little shimmers throughout. I know not all of them have a shimmer, but I wanted one with some shimmer. I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go all in and really try out like the special ones. And yeah, I'm in love. Love the formula. It is a little bit thick, but it doesn't like bother me because it doesn't make my lips like stick to each other. I don't get like that gunk on the sides of my lips when I'm talking and wearing this. It's just so pretty, and I actually do like the packaging of this. I'm not the biggest fan of this whole zebra theme that they have going on. I just feel like it makes it look a little bit less luxurious for some reason. The packaging of these blushes though is really good. The packaging of their pressed powder, which I love, love, love that pressed powder. I don't like, it's very cheaply made, but it also has like a zebra imprint, except that that one's gold and black, where this is wet and black, and then this is just gold and like clear. But this one's really pretty. This one does not bother me at all. Alright guys, that is it as far as today's video. These are the products that I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know what you think. This is definitely a different type of look that I created today, just because the eyes are a little bit more intense than what I've been doing lately. I do like to play with color and stuff, but something like this is not in the norm for the kind of looks that I create, and I'm actually very happy with this. I like that this little palette from Surratt, again, you can buy these individually, but I just really like the versatility of these specific eyeshadows in here. They performed beautifully. I also did go ahead and purchase the other palette they released. Let me actually look to see the name of it. Okay, the other one's called the Cosmos palette, so I will be demoing that one in a future video sometime soon for sure. But for right now, I'm going to continue enjoying the Supernova palette and just admiring my look. Like I said, this is something a little bit different, so I like it, but I don't feel 100% myself right now. But not in a bad way, just like in a, I don't know, in a good way, I think. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I hope you found it useful and informative. If you did, please make sure to give me that thumbs up. It really does help out my channel a lot. Also, if you have not yet, do not forget to subscribe so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today. Until next time.